Democracy Day. Federal government declares tomorrow, June 12, public holiday. Governor Moino commends 8th Assembly's performance as Speaker leads members in Thanksgiving. Governor's wife seeks participation of community leaders in GBV campaign. Nigeria's World Cup appearance suffers another setback. Details of these and other stories in a moment. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I am Akbc. The federal government has declared tomorrow, June 12, as public holiday to commemorate this year's Democracy Day. The Minister of Interior, Olubomi Tunji-Ojo, in a statement through the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Dr. Aisha Tundayaku, congratulates Nigerians on the celebration. He urged Nigerians to remain steadfast on the tenets of democratic governance. Tunji-Ojo added that President Bola Tinubu is committed to positive reforms to revive the nation's economy and enhance security. The minister called on Nigerians and friends of Nigeria to appreciate the progress so far made while looking forward to a better future for Nigeria's democracy. Governor Moino has congratulated members of the 8th Assembly for a successful legislative year as they gathered for a Thanksgiving service at Akbc Church, Ewera Fort, Ngwangiba Road, Uyo. The service had in attendance Pastor Patience Eno, members of Lewa and Static School, as well as political stakeholders. The Government House reporter, Patience John, tells us more.
While commending the decision of the lawmakers to return to God for a Thanksgiving, Governor Moino called on them to do the same in their various constituencies in order to give their constituents a sense of belonging.
With all of you, it's my thinking that since you represent constituencies, you should be able to come together and fix a date. Let all of you go back to your different constituencies and thank God in your different constituencies, so that the local people can also, be champion of local people. So that I'll discuss with the speaker, we see how we can support you, so that you can also take this Thanksgiving to your local communities and thank God with those local people that elected you into office, because all of them may not be able to come here. So I think it would be nice that all of you can come together, choose a day. Let it be that all of us go to our different constituency and seize and hold the different Thanksgiving.
Governor Moino used the occasion to rail government's programs on education, including the education exchange program between Akwa Ibom children in United Kingdom, where he reiterated state government resolution to do more.
Recently, some of you have been moving in and out of the UK to try and get local children, local in quote, because to be able to understand that they are not limited by the circumstances or place of their birth. We undertook a project to ensure that at least one child per local government, the rural community, we take them on an exchange program to the UK and they spend some days. See the system. What are we trying to build into them? Confidence. And to say to them that the world is here for you to explore.
The service featured Thanksgiving and congregational hymn. Patience John, Akbc News.
And from the Legislative Affairs reporter, Uyoko Soa, comes a report that the 8th Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has rounded off its first legislative year with thanksgiving to God for his mercies and guidance throughout the period. Speaker Udema Tong and the 26 House members were joined by the State Governor, wife, Deputy Governor, and members of Legislators' Wives Association, LEWA, State Executive Council, and friends of Akbc Church, a well effort for the service, which was superintended by the General Superintendent of Akbc Church, Reverend Akbc.
The choice of Sunday, June 9, 2024 for Thanksgiving in commemoration of the first legislative year of the 8th Akwa State House of Assembly is strategic as the day marks exactly 12 months for the Assembly, which was inaugurated Friday, June 9, 2023. Reading from the biblical book of Psalm 118, Speaker Udemeotong, flanked by his 25 colleagues and their spouses, said the strides of the assembly within the first 12 months was evidence that God was with them.
The Bible says, "Give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, because his mercy endureth forever." Let Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly now say that his mercy endureth forever. Today is our day to mark the end of 1 year legislative activities in Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly. We are privileged in our different constituencies to represent our different constituencies. Not that we were better than every other person, but God chose us to represent our different constituencies. That is why we are bringing thanks to him today.
Preaching on the efficacy of Thanksgiving as a theme, the General Superintendent of the Akbc Church, the Reverend Akbc, said real gratitude comes from the heart.
Yes, other things will come, but the one that happens immediately shows how you value the giver of the miracle. Please, there is nothing wrong in thanking God anyhow you want. But if you want results, number one, you should know priorities.
The Chairman Church Committee, Akbc Church Eweroford, Elder Enobo Atad, welcomed guests to the church and thanked the assembly for choosing to hold their Thanksgiving in their assembly. The church presented gifts to some guests at the service, including Governor Omoino and his deputy, Senator Akun Eyarenyi, and Speaker Udemeotong. The assembly were later joined by the State Executive Council for the cutting of an anniversary cake donated by the church. With the first legislative year officially concluded on its last day, the second is already underway. Uyoko Uswa, Akbc News.
The wife of the governor and chairperson of the Akwa Ibom State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee, Pastor Patience Eno, has reiterated the need for community leaders to work towards tackling issues of gender-based violence in their domains. She stated this while engaging the community stakeholders in Akbc local government area to raise awareness on the ills of gender-based violence. The town hall meeting held at the council hall, Nodo. Margaret Bassi reports.
Pastor Patience Eno said the advocacy visit aims at educating and informing community stakeholders of the provisions of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law 2020 to avert breaches of the law. According to the governor's wife, who was represented by a member of JIFA team, Mrs. Ann Abraham, the month of June is dedicated to advocacies and sensitizations on the contents of the VAP law, advising them as leaders of different groups to share the information received with their members to help curb the incessant occurrence of GBV in the state.
We are here because when there is no knowledge, my people do what? Perish. Because make people are you for all one. I've been making out there. I do that's why we are here.
A member of the Akwa Ibom State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee, Mrs. Koko Maumana, the director, Akwa Ibom Multi-Door Courthouse, Magistrate Helen Umana, and Ms. Ekemini Akpapan of GIFA talked about sexual and gender-based violence, the mandate of Akwa Ibom State GBV Committee, as well as the stipulated penalties, sanctions, and fines for the different GBV offenses. They particularly mentioned a few GBV offenses such as harmful traditional widowhood practices, rape, female genital mutilation, and forceful ejection from home. Other offenses include willfully making false statements, false financial independence, as well as emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse.
In the workplace, don't be shaking the man, hugging the lady, and saying women are to be hugged, except it is appropriate, except it is permitted, except you have a relationship with the person. When any person intentionally penetrates the vagina, not only you, the person that is doing it, even the one that tries and was not able to penetrate, is also an offense.
Each local government any GBV desk. Yes. So you are to report any case to the desk.
All the village youth give a support to them. There are almost 79 village youth. Obviously, I'm looking at
the town hall meeting featured an interactive session where the men and women participated in vocal group discussion anchored by Mrs. Edidion Inyang. There were responses to issues bordering on existing traditional laws against GBV and enforcement patterns in the local government area. Stakeholders from Akbc Osuton local government area expressed their commitment to reporting cases of gender-based violence in order to deter perpetrators.
No matter what.
If you are in this team, you have to be a woman and you have to be meeting.
Police taking a sound, let's see who go. They come to Black Maria. They are about to look up on the Fokara.
The meeting brought together leaders of women and youth groups across the local government area. Margaret Bassi, Akbc News.
As deadline to re-embark on strike nears, Labour describes 62,000 Naira federal government proposal as starvation wage. World Cup qualifiers Nigeria beaten by Benin. These and more after the break. Stay with us.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's on him and you know. We go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we day. It's on him and you know. No matter where we day, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
You're still watching Channel 45 News at noon. To celebrate Pastor Moino's 1 year in office, Marie Slezo Akanglo Foundation has presented sewing machines, accessories, and hairdressing equipment to members of Ikot Senatorial District Women Forum. The empowerment, according to the foundation, is also to alleviate hardship by promoting skills acquisition in line with their Rice Agenda initiative. Eyakenopo completes the story.
At the empowerment ceremony at Old Council Hall, Ikot, 2 women were selected from each of the 10 local government areas that make up the senatorial district for hairdressing kits and sewing machines, as well as accessories. Speaking, the president, Mary Slessor Akanglo Foundation, Dr. Gloria, who is a former commissioner for Women Affairs and Agriculture, said she was touched about what Governor Moyno has accomplished in just 1 year in office. The reason she decided on behalf of the foundation to also empower her constituents by providing them with the items. Dr. Edith said the greatest gift one can give to those in need is providing them with tools that can assist them make money and fend for their families.
And we are proud of him. Our Excellency Mrs. Special Umoino. She has used her faith project to touch the lives of many. So as a foundation, that is why we are empowering you today. And we pray that God will use this to open many doors for you. Therefore, that you have customers will come to you, and God will use things that we are giving you today to help your family in Jesus' name.
The coordinator of the foundation, Mrs. Jane Essien, said the foundation, through Wives of Transition Committee chairmen in the 10 local government areas of the senatorial district, selected women who have been trained on hairdressing and tailoring but could not afford the machines to start the businesses, imploring them to make good use of the items.
To you, our beneficiaries, as a foundation, we don't need your silver, neither do we need your gold. But the only thing we need is your commitment to your business.
The Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Ofion, Chairman of Ikoro Ekpene Local Government Transition Committee, represented at the event, and wife, President Ikoro Ekpene Senatorial District Women Forum, Mrs. Inibere Silas, and wife of Dean of Commissioners and Special Advisors, Mrs. Blessing Ebonko, extolled the sterling qualities of Dr. Edith for constantly touching lives.
She's doing a great job. This is what she's supporting them in whatever skills that they are doing. And when you support the woman, you support the family, and by extension the state, and by extension the nation.
And thank you so much, big sister, for this gift. See the power that you are doing for us. Congratulations to the beneficiaries
that had the last part to cut up for the people. May God bless you. God will bless you. God will increase you. The pillar of this sorrow. Because without her, you can do anything you can come at you. You know what I mean? I saw a free and free.
Others who spoke described Dr. Gloria Edith as the Mary Slessor of this generation, saying it is only one with the heart of gold that could give such items in these difficult times, praying God to keep blessing her.
God has used that to change the life of so many. Dr. Gloria Edith, the things you do for humanity are uncountable. And we then did not know.
High point of the ceremony was the presentation of the items by the Mary Slessor Akanglo Foundation to select beneficiaries. The elected beneficiaries who could not hide their excitement thanked their benefactor this way. Paul, Akbc News.
The public relations manager of Akbc, Mrs. Mercy David, A presenter on Radio Kwaiwam 90.5 FM, Mr. Eshed Nsudo, popularly known as Rockefeller, and the managing director, Comfort FM, Mr. Eddie Ekwenyong, have received awards of excellence courtesy of Sarah World Media. The award, according to the host and chief executive officer, Sarah World Media, Dr. Bliss Moite, was to celebrate professionalism and excellent service delivery in the state. Esther Morin reports that other people were also honored at the event held at MGM Hotel, Dominic Avenue, Rio.
Speaking at the occasion, the chairman of the occasion and deputy comptroller, Nigeria Correctional Services, Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Ededekwan, applauded the host of the event for choosing to celebrate excellence, saying the action serves as the motivating force for others.
The vision of the Soul World Media Organization, the organizer of this novel event, is highly commendable. In my opinion, this is their modest contribution or effort in infusing the culture of excellence in service delivery in every segment of the social economy of our society.
The host and chief executive officer of Soul World Media, Dr. Bliss Moite, said the event was to honor talents, brains, and achievements of the people who have performed credibly in their endeavors, especially in the media community.
Soul World Media is a platform that runs media, runs entertainment, events, and of course business. See that it is prudent to gather people, gather legends, gather outstanding people that impact lives in different categories.
A United States-based indigene of Akwa Ibom State, who is also a music legend and principal director of the Mandators Concept, Mr. Victor Esiet, called for support for Akwa Ibom people with talents, while Professor Imo Abang presented a keynote address on the topic, Excellent Service Delivery in a Depressed Economy.
I just hope and wish that everybody understands that if somebody doesn't do something, anybody's not going to do it. I'm very happy to see what the Soul World has started.
We cannot be talking about excellence and we have no conscience. So ladies and gentlemen, as we gather today to celebrate icons in Akwa Ibom State, to celebrate institutions that have made marks, that have done excellent work.
The event featured performances by the Mandators crew and other music artists, unveiling and launching of the Soul World magazine by the author and the host of the event, Dr. Bliss Moite, presentation of awards of excellence to distinguished talented members of the society. Some of the awardees, including the public relations manager, Mrs. Mercy David, who also represented Akbc, expressed their appreciation thus.
I'd like to say thank you very much. First, to all those who voted me, I may not know you, but thank you.
I want to thank the organizers of this.
I feel so delighted. This is a push to do more.
Esther Umorin, Akbc News.
The Nigerian Commission in Ghana says the 11 teenage girls trafficked to Ghana for prostitution have been rescued and taken into custody. In a memo signed by the acting High Commissioner in Ghana, Ifedayo Moses Adeoyo, the Commission also stated that the suspect Chukwudu Nwachukwu, who lured the girls to Ghana under the pretense of working at a restaurant has been arrested. The victims listed in the memo include Simi Joy Ayuba 16, Mary Nora Ezekiel, Salina Danjuma 18, Gift Onyechi Odorokwe 15, Divine Chimezia Suzu 15, and Confidence Chimaka 18. Others are Miracle Elubebe 17, Lovely Namarachuku 17, Happiness Udinikwe 16, Simi John 16, and Miracle Okoye 15. The victims were rescued by officials of the Nigerian Diaspora Organization, Ghana chapter, led by its president, Prince Olayemi Akinwande. The organized labor has vowed to reject the 62,000 naira minimum wage proposed by the federal government for Nigerian workers. The Assistant General Secretary of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Chris Onyeka, made the position of labor known in an interview. Onyeka described the proposed 62,000 naira as starvation wage, insisting that labor will not accept such a proposal. He said that the position of the organized labor was clear, as it demands a living wage of 250,000 naira for Nigerian workers, adding that the 1-week grace period given to the federal government to review its proposal will expire by midnight of today, June 11, 2024. And now sports. In the World Cup qualifier between Nigeria and Benin Republic took place at the Felix Pomoford Britney Stadium in Abidjan. The Super Eagles, coached by Finidi George, and Cheetahs, coached by former Nigerian gaffer Gernot Raw, clashed in a make-or-mar match. Eagles, who were second from the bottom, opened scores against second at the top Cheetahs through Nyerika in the 27th minute, while 10 minutes later Dawson equalized with Steve Money, doubling for the host. Benin at 45 plus 3 minutes. Nigeria's attempt at redeeming themselves failed as the Cheetahs moved up the Group C table with 7 points, leaving Nigeria trailing at the bottom of the table. That's a package. Before we go this afternoon, a quick look at the top stories. Governor Moina has congratulated members of the 8th Assembly for a successful legislative year as they gathered for a Thanksgiving service at Kwaibu Church, Ewera Fort, Nwangiba Revuyo. Speaker Udema Etong has expressed gratitude to God for sustaining the Assembly members in the last 1 year. We also told you that the wife of the governor and chairperson of the Kwaibu State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee, Pastor Patience Eno, has reiterated the need for community leaders to work towards tackling gender-based violence issues in their domains. That's a package this afternoon. Remember, a flagship bulletin on this station is built for 8 o'clock in the evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon.